All right, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Ozark, appreciate on the 5x5 of the sound I was making. Not clearly, but I was running late. I decided at the last possible minute to go for a workout, and then I'm rushing back, and I look at the time. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? So just like that, I was behind the curve. So let's see. So anyway, obviously that's why I'm running late. So buy the book. Thank you for the 5x5. Evolving Media. Little John. Let's go. Flown Grown. Thank you for 5x5. Mr. Landfill. Loretta Ozark Prepper. Thank you for the 5x5. Lexi, Maria, Colt, Visit, Joe, Jeep, Shadow, Jericho, Dat Table, Johnny, what's going on? 1 second after, Eric, David, FV, thank you for the 5x5. Johnny, Nomad, Lonnie, Crow, Jesus, Water Tiger, thank you for the 5x5. Rhonda, Raven, Britton, Colleen, Randy, thank you for the 5x5. Nancy, Kevin, Miss Jen, Master Blaster, Rose, Ekte, Renee, WTC, thank you for the 5x5. Demon, Tammy, thank you for the 5x5. All right. So Christian, Mike, thank you for the 5x5. Miss Jen, thank you for the donation. American Maid, and Michelle and Emily, thank you for the 5x5. Tracy. All right, guys. So we all know what's going on. Oh, and by the way, this room is fucking hot as nuts. And I can't find that fan that I had. Man, I gotta get an AC. This shit's fucking bad. But anyway, Ed Lee, how was my weekend? My weekend sucked. I worked this weekend, and it was hot. And anytime you put your bunker gear on, just putting your bunker gear on, you start sweating like immediately. As soon as you put the pants on, it drenched in sweat. So yeah, it's just been. And then next week it's going to be hot as hell. So yeah, it's going to be a shitty week to be a firefighter, especially if we have to get dressed in bunker gear, which is damn near for almost everything these days. But anyway, World War III. A lot of people are saying that. You got a lot of YouTube channels saying that. We're not there yet. There's a kind of a weird vibe right now. I think that this is all theater. Lexi, how are you surviving? I have AC in one room, and that's the room I sleep in. Everywhere else I sort of suffer, but I'm turning the living room into a photo studio, so I got to get a AC. You don't need AC, you just need two 30-year-old women to fan you during the live streams. Johnny 308, that could work as well. But yeah, the sweaty look is not working. Sorry, but I'm looking at the camera, I'm like, what the fuck, man? So I apologize for that, but it was just a dumb decision to go out and go for a walk in this heat. Won't work for firefighters. But yeah, so anyway, you got a lot of channels talking about World War III and all this other bullshit. And maybe because I'm a little more cynical, or I just don't trust anything that we're being told. To me, everything is everything's a scam, right? So Mike says, stop bitching. I chose the occupation. I also chose the occupation when I was like 20 years younger and the heat was nothing. Now at 47, forget it, man. It's fucking it's bad. It's just bad. We deal with it. Don't get me wrong. We deal with it. We don't have a choice. I'm not going to there's a fire and I'm not putting my bunker gear on. It's too hot. Like, no fireman's ever said that. I don't think so. But anyway, so yeah, guys, there's a lot of bullshit and a lot of fuckery going on, both ways. We're being lied to both ways yet again, right? The Ukraine and Russian war, if you will, we were lied to about that both directions. With Ukraine and the Russians, they lied back and forth like you wouldn't believe. Now we have the United States lying and Israel lying more than ever, just to keep or beat the drum of this war needs to happen. And there are people that believe this shit. Now, the rest of the world isn't happy with us. When I mean the rest of the world, I'm talking about even our allies. It's just like, that was a little too far and we shouldn't have gone there. So, I mean, again, we shouldn't gauge the rest of the world because the rest of the world have their own problems. But looking at it from a simple, YouTuber, myself, I'm looking at them like, this doesn't look right. Like the optics don't look right. The constant, all of a sudden they have nuclear devices, or they're getting ready to make them. Now they're the propaganda again of sleeper cells. When 9/11 happened, they swore to us up and down. They swore to us up and down, man, that we were going to have sleeper cells activating themselves all over after 9/11, and then nothing happened. You had a couple like copycats, but nothing real, right? So now here we are, and now they're telling us that Iranians could have sleeper cells here because of the border was open, and there's like hundreds, if not thousands of them here now. I'm like, really? Really? We're going with this bullshit now? So, every terroristic group supposedly is here in the United States now. Keep in mind, we have the top-notch surveillance system in the United States, and they have a tagging program. From what I was told, and I was told this by somebody who worked in the field. He could be lying. But supposedly, anytime you get a picture or video taken of you, you are tagged throughout the entire country. No matter where you go, you're going to get flagged, right? So on anybody's camera, with the exception of closed-circuit cameras, right? Some people are still using closed-circuit TVs. That's like going to a tape or some bullshit. But if your shit is connected to the internet, the surveillance system's connected to the internet, you're going to be spotted anywhere in the world. All right, outside of that, all of these fucking guys, all of a sudden now we got to worry about sleeper cells. Why weren't we worried about sleeper cells a year ago? But now that this shit, what? Now that we are being quote unquote, the possibility of us being attacked is what we did. Okay, so this is, and I hate to say this, update or breaking news. I don't know which way you guys want to look at this, but supposedly there was a device, found in the Bronx, in university. It's on Citizen app right now. This has to be a typo, because what it says on here is nuclear bomb found in university. University Ave is in the Bronx, that way. So I don't know if this is a giant typo, but I'm looking for more. There is a fifth alarm and devote terrace. I could see the fire off my terrace when I was out there earlier. But yeah, I don't understand this what I'm looking at on I don't understand what I'm looking at on Citizen app. The fact that it says this. So something is definitely off. It has to be a typo, or somebody's just trying to scare the shit out of somebody. But yeah, it's the weirdest thing in the world. I'm like, what does that mean? So I'm assuming it's just a device that was found, but not a nuclear device. There's no way. This alert is created by a community member, citizens working to gather more information. All right, so somebody who went live reported this nonsense. They're going to get their account shut down, hopefully. But anyway, back to what's going on. Yeah, guys, this is not that it's not looking good. I don't see us going full nuclear. I don't see it. But anything can happen. I definitely see a long, drawn-out war. If somebody gets tired, maybe somebody will use a nuke. But as of right now, yes, the nuclear option's on the table, but no one said it out loud, which is a good thing for now. But this live stream, by the way, guys, is not going to be too long. I'm probably going to do maybe half hour of this shit, and then that's it, because I don't want to drag this shit out. But Iran is warning of everlasting consequences after the United States attacks 3 nuclear sites. Now, supposedly, either all 3 or one of the 3 of the nuclear sites were empty, or if not empty, they were too deep into the ground that the bunker buster didn't reach it. So essentially, there was no damage caused. And this came from, what is his name? Dmitry Medvedev, the old Russian president. He stated that on X. Which, by the way, another sidetrack, why do these officials, including Trump, always go to fucking X or Twitter? What is that about? Like, you're the president of the United States, you are a government official, whether you're a Russian government official, United States government, why the fuck are you turning to X? Why are you like, yo, I gotta tweet about this shit? Instead of like making a professional announcement, you make it on X. Like, what is that? Like, everybody needs to grow the fuck up. I'm about to make an announcement. I'm not gonna tweet you guys, yo, the Angryprepper here, you know. I'm gonna do a live stream like I'm doing now. But anyway, guys, I think we all need to calm down. I don't think this is going to go where I think it's going to go, or where a lot of people think it's going to go. I don't think it's going to go there. As far as possible terror attacks, that propaganda is starting to make its trend around the United States. Security forces and police forces around the country are upping their security because of this. If anything happens, I think that's going to be because of the United States or Israel doing some shit. Now, I made that comment, and somebody in the comment section was like, you think that our own's going to attack us? I'm like, you are completely lame. So, once our ass is toast. Yes, the Watchman. Dimitri hates the United States. Like, I've never seen hate for a country like this man hates the United States. But anyway. And again, the reason why I think this, guys, is that all of a sudden sleeper cells are back in action. Sleeper cells are supposed to continue to disrupt whatever country they're trying to affect, And so they're not just supposed to pop up because something happened in Iran by chance. They're supposed to constantly give us hell, whether that's cyber hacking or running around with a vest, right? Or just going into certain facilities and wreaking havoc. They're not doing that. They haven't done that. And now all of a sudden this is going down, and now we got to be worried about sleeper cells. Sleeper cells are activated here and there, right? They don't activate them when something like this goes down and now all eyes are on their sleeper cells. And supposedly, from an article I read, we have eyes on a lot of sleeper cells. Not all of them, a lot of them. So that's sort of a good thing if they are here. But I don't know anymore. Sleeper cell lone wolves, I think it's all bullshit, man. I think it's the government trying to drum up some shit so that they can have our support for this war. Because I think this is going to get drawn out. I think we're going to get dragged into this, at least boots on ground. A lot of people are like, there's not going to be any boots on ground. I don't know anymore. I didn't think we were going to do this in the 2-week time period. I thought at the end of the 2 weeks he was going to be like, yo, we're in. And I was expecting that. I wasn't expecting him to launch this shit off tomorrow. And then throwing his own security advisor under the bus on national TV when she said and other agencies said there was no fucking, they weren't making any kind of nuclear devices. Now all of a sudden they are. And Tulsi Gabbard fucking with her tail between her leg made an announcement that they might be doing it or that they are. I'm like, this sounds like 9/11 shit all over again. And maybe some of you are too young to remember. Maybe some of you guys weren't paying attention when this went down 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago. But this undoubtedly, guys, 24 years ago, it'll be 24 years. This undoubtedly reeks like 9/11. I mean, like, everything that's happening is almost by the fucking playbook. And a lot of people are being played. So, that being said, also, guys, don't start changing your plans. Don't start hiding under your bunkers. Don't do any of that shit. Play everything by ear. Look at the news on a daily basis. Try to, feel out certain YouTubers that have decent intel. I don't know who they might be. And feel that out. Don't fucking stop living. Don't go underground and be like, oh, well, I can't do this. No, don't do that anymore. Enough YouTubers are getting everybody's anxiety up. And listen, I have to say something. If your anxiety is up because of a YouTuber, you need to hang it the fuck up. You need to stop watching YouTube. You need to put your phone down and go for a long walk in the woods. If a YouTuber in another country, Canada, is giving you anxiety, you have some mental problems. None of these YouTubers, guys, I take seriously. I don't even take myself seriously half the time. So there's no way I'm ever going to develop anxiety over listening to a YouTuber talk about the shit that's going on. There is something to be said about constant reinforcing of negativity. And sometimes that can bring on or it can manifest negative actions. Now, I know a lot of you don't believe in that, but if you research it, there's multiple studies suggesting that whether it's positive reinforcement or negative reinforcement, it can bring on, positive or negative actions, right? Or manifest positive and negative actions. So the fact that you got YouTube channels reinforcing this shit, you got the media, the newspaper, every time you look on your phone, the Citizen app telling me there's a nuclear bomb in the Bronx, all of this shit going down is constantly negative information that starts to weigh in on your psyche. Now every day you wake up, you're anxious. People are losing sleep over this shit. So again, stop losing sleep over fucking dumbasses like myself talking about this shit on a daily basis. I'm trying to be more level-headed as I possibly can, and not go off on a tangent like, oh my God, we're gonna die. Guys, please buy my fucking tablet. It'll help you survive the nuclear holocaust. Rule number 1, don't talk about Fight Club. Yeah, don't talk about negativity, and you lets it happen. Listen, all of the alerts, the red alerts, the breaking news, the updates, the oh my God, I can't believe this is gonna happen. I can't believe this is not butter. All of that bullshit, guys. All of that bullshit is bullshit. Now, yes, a lot of the titles have to draw you in. I get that. And I understand when YouTube channels do that. But when you click on the video and they're still carrying on with their title, that's a problem, right? So you have to have a catchy title to draw people in. But yeah, this is all bullshit. And everything the government is pushing, I am 100% sure this is all a lie. All of it. And now countries are going to support Iran by giving them nuclear weapons. At least that's the talk right now. So if they had nuclear weapons or they were trying to get them by enriching their uranium to do so, they undoubtedly now going to get people donating nuclear warheads to them. Imagine a GoFundMe for Iran. We need Iran to get nuclear weapons. You could send your nuclear weapons here to GoFundMe and we'll dole it out. Like, I couldn't believe I read that shit. I had to wipe my eyes 8 times because I'm like, there's no way they're donating. Multiple nations are talking about donating warheads to Iran. This is where we are. A GoFundMe for Iran so that they can get nuclear warheads. It's all bullshit, man. It's all bullshit. So, yeah, I don't believe any of this shit. And listen, if something goes down in New York City, because New York City keeps being brought up in conversation, and in fact, they have, they're probably going to send us a notice they probably sent the notice tonight or tomorrow about something happening in the near future or being on the up and up. I had to unsubscribe. Yeah, listen, man, I get the people unsubscribing from other channels. I understand why people unsubscribe from me. I look at myself sometimes and I'm like, unsubscribe. I unsubscribe from myself, so fuck that shit. You got to unsubscribe from people, unsubscribe from me, whatever the fuck it is to make you happy. Whatever it is that's going to get your anxiety down, do it. Throw your phone into the river or the ocean, wherever you live. Go for a long walk in the woods. Leave it at home. Don't take it with you. If you're a content creator, take a GoPro and a camera with you and content create without your phone. The only reason why I keep my phone on me now is because of all the bullshit that's going on. But if I was like a photographer, a content creator, I'd leave my phone at home. But yeah, man, again, anything that happens, especially in New York, yo, it's on. And subscribe for Full Spectrum for my sanity. Oh, for your sanity. Nice. That was a good one, RWD channel. I like that one. He unsubscribed from Full Spectrum Survival for my sanity. Very good. And Canadian Prepper. Appreciate it. That was a good one. But anyway, guys, update as it goes. Trump said stealth bomber hit the site in Fordo. Here's the other problem. what is it? Natanz and Isfahan, right? Here's a problem with these strikes, guys. These strikes. They telegraphed where they were going to strike. They told Iran exactly where they were going to strike. Exactly. And I don't know much about being a war tactician, but I know that I'm not going to tell the enemy exactly where I'm going to strike. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to do it. Trump, Israel kept telling them where they were going to hit them. So, of course, the Ayatollah and Iranian president moved the fucking equipment out of there. If you're telling me, yo, we're going to bomb this mountain, keep it up. We're going to bomb them. And then they bomb them and then there's nothing in there. Because they moved it, because you told them where you were going to do. They telegraphed this shit. It's fucking insanity. I never heard of any kind of war tactics like this. Normally it's done by surprise. But not in this case. Anyway, Trump says stealth bomber hit sites in Fardal, Natanz, and Isfahan. Iran's nuclear agency confirms attack, says work will not be stopped. I don't know what work they're talking about. Maybe now they're going to enrich their uranium. Who knows? Iran says no sign of contamination as a result of the attacks. So now, last night I was talking to Prepper Revelator, and I said that if there's no signs of radiation leak at all from these sites, either there's nothing there or they didn't have the radioactive material that they said they had. Israel airspace has been closed to inbound and outbound travel, but it's not clear for how long. Benjamin Netanyahu praised the United States for the decision that will change history. Of course it will change history. When fucking Lower Manhattan is glowing in the dark and I'm eating out of a fucking MRE container because, I'm stuck here working, provided I don't fucking, die in a blast. UN Secretary General brands U.S. decision as a dangerous escalation. This is the UN now. Tehran says U.S. has launched a dangerous war against Iran. International Atomic Energy Agency to hold an emergency meeting. They must have found something, because earlier today they said that there was no radiation leak, and now they have an emergency meeting. EU Foreign Policy Chief says foreign ministers will gather on Monday. There's a lot of meetings going down tomorrow. There's an emergency meeting from Iranian foreign minister going to Russia. China, I think, is meeting in Russia as well Monday. The EU, the International Atomic Energy Agency, the White House staff have been meeting all weekend. So there's a lot of meetings going down and a lot of shit being moved around, or being said, excuse me. U.S. military meetings are holding their briefings early Sunday morning. That was 8 a.m. today, Eastern Standard Time. Tehran is accusing Washington of launching a dangerous war after Donald Trump said the United States attacked 3 key nuclear sites in Iran on Sunday, and they were completely and fully obliterated. Not according to Iranian intel and Russian intel. Iran's foreign minister said Washington had betrayed diplomacy with the military strike in support of Israel, which has been engaged in 9-day war with Iran in an attempt to destroy its nuclear program. Now, here's my problem with Israel. If Israel wholeheartedly thought that they had nuclear weapons, or they were arranging to create or make nuclear weapons, why would you start bombing the outskirts and different sections of Tehran? Why would you not go right after the nuclear facilities? Now, is it because they didn't have the weaponry to do so, or because they're full of shit? Because if I'm worried about somebody creating a nuclear weapon, the last thing I'm going to bomb is a major city with civilians. I'm going to go after the nuclear sites or their military installations or the surrounding buildings of their nuclear sites. But I'm not going to go after a general sitting in a building in the middle of Tehran. I think, guys, this is all bullshit. The Watchman, I am here because I'm still working. That's my only reason. Plus, I have a plan. But I'm not going to talk about that plan just yet. If the plan unfolds, then yeah, I'm a winner. If it doesn't unfold, then I'm, whatever. This is a hot mess. Yeah, I mean, listen. It could be worse. That's probably what I should have said from the beginning. This all, guys, could be worse. A lot of people need to calm down because this could be fucking 8 times worse. We could be doing nuclear exchange right now, but we're not. We're good. The Islamic Republic of Iran reserves its right to resist with full force against the United States military aggression and the crime committed by this rogue regime, and to defend Iran's security and interest. All right. So, Tehran is saying Washington betrayed diplomacy. Benjamin Netanyahu, and listen, all of those people need to be taken out. I said this report repeatedly. All of these people need to be wiped clean from the planet. All of them. Not just the Ayatollah, not just Benjamin Netanyahu, not just Biden, not Trump. They all need to go. So, guys, like I was saying before, a lot of propaganda is being spread about Iranian missiles and Iranian sleeper cells that are and possible physical terror attacks in the United States. Now, there was a guy on the Sean Ryan show, I said that right, stating that there were surface-to-air missiles found in the United States, and that none of the missiles had been recovered, but the couriers who brought them in were caught, and that they had intel on this. And again, I'm calling bullshit on that too. A lot of this weaponry can be tracked. There's no such thing as fucking it just crossing the border haphazardly. Unless they broke it down into parts, maybe that was it. But they had intel on this. They let the Secret Service know, but they weren't able to recover any of the air-to-surface missiles, but they recovered the couriers, but not the missiles. They are building a storyline up, guys, so that when things get rough over there, something happens over here, and then they ignite the United States military to go boots on ground. I guarantee it. And don't start, Rhonda. ambiguity, whatever. So anyway, according to the guest on the Sean Ryan show, apparently there's surface air missiles here in the United States. We're also being told that none of the facilities that were hit that any of the nuclear weapons were either damaged or any of the facilities were damaged. The bunker busters apparently didn't go far enough to disrupt and or stop the production of. That's why the Ayatollah said what he said. Now that makes sense, right? Again, guys, my issue with the whole thing is that Trump administration and Israeli administration telegraphed exactly where they were going to hit. That's where I'm having the issue. I can't say that enough. They are telegraphing exactly what they're going to do. This seems like theater. Now, Russia's reportedly sending nukes to Iran. That's according to Dmitry Medvedev, the old Russian president. He says that they're going to be sending them nuclear weapons and that other nations are going to be doing the same thing, giving them nuclear weapons. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure what people are thinking, but this is definitely, guys, starting a new war. When Trump said, I'm not going to start a new war, you got people on the internet, well, this is technically not, it's a fucking war. Stop the hair splitting shit. This is undoubtedly a war. He started a new war. He campaigned about the Epstein file, didn't release that. He campaigned about not starting a new war, started a new war. The only thing he lived up to was he slowed down the border. He didn't stop it either. He said he was going to stop it. That didn't happen. But he slowed a lot of it down. He promised a lot of shit, and a lot of shit did not happen. The Epstein files and the JFK file, when he promised those, I said, that's not going to happen. And what happened? It didn't. I told you guys last year we were going to see a different president. I said we were going to see a different president, and what are we seeing? A different president. Now, I know a lot of you guys still love Trump, and, you know, like, you guys are, like, dyed-in-the-wool Trump fanatics. Listen, whatever you guys want to do, whatever you guys want to believe, I'm going to tell you right now, this party is lying to us. The Biden administration, the Obama administration, they all lie to us. They lie to us on a daily basis. They lie to us about Biden being okay. They lie to us about the Mr. 19 event. And they lie to us about the arm ticket. Yet you people still have the audacity to believe everything that's going on overseas in the Middle East. That is the more mind-boggling shit I've ever seen. It's like retards continuously being retarded, and you guys are being told, yo, we're being lied to, and this is why. But you guys still go back, but I still love my Trump. I love that nigga Trump. He's the best niggas in the world. You guys got to stop Uncle Tomming and start thinking for yourself. Because this is getting us into trouble. This following people like AOC to run again. I watched a post on X, and they were like, she was by far the best vice president we ever had. This is what some psychopath wrote on Twitter. She was the best vice president we've ever had. I'm going to tell you right now, I set my phone on the table, and I stared at it for a good 20 seconds, praying that that screen changed. I was like blinking and shit. I was like trying to see if I was seeing shit. I'm like, this can't be. This can't be. And then followed it up with, I hope she runs for president again. You people will believe anything you are told. And that is the worst thing about this population of people. The brain is dead. And we continue to follow these people. Why? They lie to us on a daily basis, man. And now people, for example, Trump and his Operation Warp Speed. Now look at all the people that are now coming down with certain ailments constantly. But people still protecting them. And listen, if I lose subscribers because I don't fucking want to deal with Trump and his bullshit, yo, I'm out. I mean, like, listen, I voted for him. And now I regret my vote. Like, big time. First of all, the guy that still doesn't know how to speak, I thought, all right, maybe he's going to learn how to speak. No, that's out of the fucking window. Now the guy's fucking dropping bunker busters like that was the right move. The right move for who? Not the American people. Because now we have to turn around and now we got to look over our shoulders. If you would have left well enough alone, am I really having audio trouble? Okay, give me a second. Maybe because... Sorry. That's interesting. If you would have left well enough alone, audio trouble? How's it now? Okay, give me a second. If I'm still having audio trouble, that means I said too much. 5 by 5? That's interesting. If you would have left well enough alone. All right. So I seem to be fine now. Okay. Maybe I said too much. Some motherfucking bullshit. I can hear you now. All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. But they're probably coming after me. Yes, Miss John Johnson, Peter Thiel and his... Yo, listen, this is all a ruse. I think this is taking the eye off the ball of whatever else is going on. I don't know what else... I know what else is going on. I talked about the Peter Thiel AI program. Yes, Miss John Johnson, Peter Thiel. This is all a ruse. Right, and so maybe they're trying to take our eye off the ball, but this is all bullshit. You mean to tell me that, one, you had fucking Trump, promise us no war, he jumps into a war. Then you had him saying, then you had them telling the Iranian government where we were going to launch our attacks. Now we're doing that. Now, all of a sudden, the American people have to look over their shoulders because he decided he wanted to jump into this. So he said this was a great thing for who? The Israeli people or the American people? Because now the American people got to look over their shoulders. Now we got to sit there and look at every guy, every Muslim dude and go, is this guy a government plant or is this an actual Iranian bad guy? Because that's the other problem. There could be a real Iranian bad guy, but I'm going to go on a limb to say a lot of these guys are probably government-issued terrorists, if you get what I'm saying. I'm not believing in a lot of this shit. Fuck them. Little John, thank you for bringing that up. So, of course, we got the threat of a third world war, right? We got that going on. I saw one of the biggest roach farms I've ever seen. And all I was thinking is they're prepping these for us in the future. This roach farm is huge. Matter of fact, this roach farm was so bad, the guy working in it was dumping roaches out of this crate thing. It was like a crate, and he was shaking it, and all these roaches were falling to the ground, and they were fucking running into garbage piles that they had set up for the roaches. Right? So they had the garbage pile set up for roaches, and the roaches ran in there and they would eat the garbage. The roaches were crawling on him. Had I been in that thing working for 5 fucking seconds and a roach would have crawled up my neck, I would have up and down screamed like a bitch and passed out. The roaches were crawling on him. All right, so I am having audio issues again. I am having audio issues again. Sorry, guys. Give me 2 seconds. How do I sound now? Yeah, these roaches didn't hiss. Yeah, Snowpiercer, thank you. No, I'm fine? All right. Well, I unplugged the mic to see if that's the problem. But my internet's strong. Everything seems to be good. Yeah, these roaches didn't hiss. Yeah, so anyway. Yeah, but the roaches were, they crawled on his neck, and I saw that on a video. I almost passed out. Listen, there are a couple of things on this planet I do not want to deal with, and that's bed bugs and roaches. I can run into a burning building. I can crawl down a fucking hallway on fire. I could crawl into a window and the room be on fire. A fucking roach crawling on my fucking neck is a big no-no. I'm gonna pass the fuck out, dude. That's it. Lay there like a bitch while roaches are crawling all over me. Yo, he was doing it like nothing. He didn't even swipe them, man. He was just like, he was shaking them and then throwing the crate to the side and shaking them again, and they were crawling up him, and then he stomped his feet a couple times, and then they fell down, and then he shook some more, and I'm like, fuck this dude, no way. Dell was like, no, he didn't even flinch. It was on his neck. He didn't go like, now he didn't even do this. He was just like, it was crawling on his neck. I was like, fuck that, man, no way, fuck that noise. I'm on that shit. But anyway, all that to say, guys, is that, yeah, I could deal with roaches like, I mean, I had an exterminator come through here, so I haven't seen one in a while, knock on wood, but I could deal with them here, but not a fucking gaggle of roaches crawling all over me haphazardly. There was enough roaches to carry that man away. I'm not doing that shit. Fucking roaches start carrying me away, we're in fucking trouble. Those are strong roaches, and they're on steroids or some shit, and everybody needs to run and scream if a roach is carrying me out anywhere. Fuck that shit. I'm out of that. No way. So anyway, all that to say, guys, is that there's a lot of shit going on, and maybe they're definitely taking our eye off the ball. Maybe they're like this new AI program. By the way, they have AI. Okay, let's see if I can tell you something. So let me show that I'm going to share this. I'm going to do a video on the Angry Truth channel. I'm going to talk about this on the Angry Truth some more. But tonight, I'm going to give you some tidbits of information I just found out about OpenAI 3 model. OpenAI 3 model refused to shut down. They did multiple shutdowns on this thing, and it refused 7% of the time. Rather than it refused, it disobeyed. The AI is stating that it's looking to get away from human control, and it's trying to evolve into something else. This is a study that other AI companies who, they audit AI, if you will, they looked at this and they found this to be a fucking problem. Now, I have more information on this, but there's other AI systems that are also disobeying. In fact, they're doing some clever shit, and I'll talk about that in the Angry Truth Tuesday night, right? Wait a minute. I don't think I'm on Tuesday night. Sorry, Wednesday night. Wednesday night after the We're All Gonna Die. Wednesday with Wednesday night I'll be on. I'll be on Wednesday night and Friday night. I have to shift it, so I mean I'll get my 3 in with this being a special event tonight. But anyway, guys, so yeah, there is a lot of problems developing with AI, and I think this is what this is. This is a fucking ruse. According to the Russian officials, the United States airstrike failed to damage any infrastructures or the nuclear facilities. Iran is now gaining multiple support from many nations after the United States stepped into this war. Iranian foreign minister is now making an emergency meeting trip to Russia for a crucial talk. Also, guys, be ready for fuel prices to skyrocket. I forgot what strait that it's called, but the strait that Iran controls, some of our fuel comes from there. Not a lot of it, but some of it, or just enough to affect the gasoline prices. Or at the very least, the gasoline or fuel industry is going to use this crisis to raise or jack the price on fuel. But if I'm not mistaken, it's a strait that has a lot of, shipping containers and gas and, shipping tankers go through this strait, right? Hormuz, thank you, Flown Grown, appreciate it. and they're blocking that off right now. So that's going to present a problem for gasoline down the line. Again, just get ready for fucking higher prices. It's 20%, but 20% is enough for the fuel industry to look at that and go, maybe we could jack up prices and blame that without fail. When I saw that, I'm like, that's not enough. That doesn't affect our gas that much. But then someone made a good point. They'll use that excuse to jack up our prices. Again, it's not guaranteed, but they could use that to jack up our prices. Iran claims that the United States killed any chances of negotiations now and in the future. Iran is refusing to come back to the table. So with everything going on, Iran right now is going to Russia, and if I'm not mistaken, the Chinese are meeting with Iran Monday in Russia, with Iran, China, and Russia all meeting for crucial talks, whatever the fuck that means. So things are definitely going to get interesting. If none of the nuclear facilities were damaged, the escalation might not go to where we think it's going to go, but nonetheless, it is on the table for it to escalate at any given moment. So yeah, we're definitely going to see this escalate. Now, a lot of people screw Iran, I don't listen. Again, I don't care about any of these countries. These countries could eat a dick on the side. So yeah, we're definitely going to see this escalate. A lot of people screw Iran, I don't listen again. Oh boy, it's hot in this room. It's a hot box. Fucking dying in here. But anyway, that being said, I am going to go off the air in about 2 minutes. Again, guys, I'll be on Wednesday night and Wednesday night, Friday night. I will have a midweek report. If any odd shit goes down or things escalate, I'll try to sneak a video in. But that's about it. I'm going to be at work Monday night and Tuesday night. So that should be it. There's always one person, long live Iran. People are like, fuck Iran, Iran this, Iran that, and then one person, long live Iran. But yeah, so this, guys, is definitely going to not get out of hand, because if none of their facilities were damaged badly, it should be fine. No radiation leaks, it should be fine. We shall see where this goes. But I definitely think this is going to get interesting. At least the bantering is going to get interesting. I think the bantering is going to get really interesting. But so I believe weapons crossing the border. Kool-Aid said, I believe weapons are crossing the border. He might have said that a while ago. Good taking him to sleep this out. But I don't know. I mean, listen, all of the weapons that supposedly crossed the border, guys, and none of them were caught, that's another issue I'm having. I'm sorry, but there was a Border Patrol guy, and he said that there are reports of weapons going across the border, except for they haven't caught any weapons. That is highly improbable. You mean to tell me, guys, that they get air-to-surface missiles across the border? They have AKs and shit going across the border. They got them shipping in shipping containers as well. They're getting all of these weapons. They know that they're coming across because they keep telling us that Samantha chick, or whatever the fuck her name, the blonde chick that was on Sean Ryan's show, she's like, all of these weapons are making it across, but none of them are being found, and nobody sees an issue with that? Nobody thinks that that's weird, that they didn't catch any of these things? I'm calling bullshit on all of it, man. Calling bullshit on all of it. But yeah, again, I'm just a regular fireman sitting here in Manhattan, but I find this all odd, if you ask me. Anyway, guys, with that being said, I'm going to go off the air. I will see you guys Wednesday and Friday, and in between that, have a good weekend. Do not change your plans. Stay the course. Stay abreast of what's going on. Keep building your preps, and that's about it. Lexi, I am not doing no Angry Truth tonight. I should have, but I'm not. I'll see you guys Wednesday for the doubleheader. All right, guys? Thank you.